Tribe, time for an update of everything that's going on around the bazaars and all the awesome stuff that's happening out in the Grey Shirt base and here at HQ. You'll have all seen on Facebook the wicked get together in London for Poppy Day and the awesome work. Becky, thanks for organising all of that so well. The team got together 20 grand for the British Legion, which is awesome. It'd be great if we got 20 grand too, but it's brilliant to work with such an important cause. And such a big organisation, and just to see grey shirts out in the street in London representing. So all of you that got involved in that, it's just such an amazing contribution to such an amazing, worthwhile cause. For me, it gets more important every year as those that served in those conflicts. They're no longer with us, and it's actually becoming harder and harder to remember. And actually, you'll see there's lots of commentary now on whether we should or shouldn't even be discussing those world wars. To me, we should always remember, because that's how we don't make those mistakes again. And there's a lot of young men and women that pay the ultimate price for us. So it's really, really important that we support that, not just because of our military affiliation and where a lot of us come from, but I think we owe that generation a huge debt of gratitude, and forgetting that, I think, would make us lesser people. So awesome! Thank you very much, all of you that got involved in that. And our relationship with the village of Reeth continues going, and Shane Killaway and the team has been up there creating that wicked footbridge, and I think forever the town of Reeth, or the village of Reeth, will know who Team Rubicon are. You've made such an impression on all those people, from the first day when the strike team turned up to respond, all the way through to now in their country fairs. I really do think they've taken us into their bosom, and that's all because of the people that turned up there, all of you that went and did incredible things for people when they needed it most. And they're really wonderful. And the letters that we've had from them have made me feel really, really proud. And it's great to see Shane and the team up there continuing that work with Reeth. And more awesomeness from the Grey Shirt base. Steve Murphy has just run the length of Ireland. 370 odd miles, raising money for us, which he even matched himself. Like, what a turbo legend! And if that's not enough, this is sort of like a warm-up gig for him, because he's going to row the Atlantic with his mates, 5 of his mates, on behalf of TR. But lots of people row the Atlantic now, so that wasn't enough for him. So they're going to do it the wrong way and the longest way. So they're going to row from New York across the Land's End, which is just a gargantuan effort. What a bloke! So Steve, thanks for absolutely stepping into the arena there and all that amazing stuff. Now we've had Halloween. It's bonfire night, which means in the eyes of most, it's basically Christmas, right? So it's not in my mind, by the way, but we are racing towards the end of the year. And coming into 2020, that's our 5-year anniversary. Team Rubicon UK going strong for 5 years now, and it's just nice to have a canter back. I've been here 2 and a bit years, or in fact 2 years on the dot, 2 years, and how far we've all come together. How our relationships have all built, how our operation has built, and the work we've done. Talking to Chris and Paul that were here at the very beginning and just turning up in Nepal, seeing how it all works, to what we do now, and that journey, and just the high-speed nature of everything you guys are doing. And I think back to my induction, the one I sat on 2 years ago, as the CEO coming in on induction, and then looking at the first inductions we spoke to, we were just a completely different organisation to what I see now. It was brilliant, it was great, it was exciting, and it was compelling by its nature. But it never found itself. It never found its legs or its teeth and what it was going to do in the world. And I look at the steps we've taken, through the Indonesian operations, through deliberate operations in the Caribbean, and then of course really just it felt like it crescendoed in Mozambique. All of a sudden, everything that we were saying and espousing just came true. And then of course you rolled it out again in the Bahamas. And the United Nations invited Ben and I over to the Grand Palace last week to talk about how we might operate with them more. And we're getting, recognised at that level, And 2 years ago, the thought of the UN even knowing our name was just impossible. And I spoke at an induction a week ago, and the room is rammed with just responders, people that look like disaster responders, that are good to go, that represent this brand, and we're still not advertising, we're still not recruiting, and great people are trying to get into this organisation because of the work all of you do, and I haven't got the exact figures to hand here, but in the last 2 years, this organisation has touched at least 300,000 survivors in one way or another, and be under absolutely no doubt whatsoever that there is people alive today because of the work you do. And if it weren't for you, if it weren't for Team Rubicon UK doing what they did downrange in Mozambique and Bahamas, there's people alive today that would have been dead. That is just incredible, and you should all be so proud of what you do to be a part of this organisation. What you give to survivors and to this organisation. You should feel incredibly proud, and I want you to tell everybody about it. I want you to tell everyone just how incredible this is, the journey we're on, where we're going. We want to help so many more people. We want to send teams of grey shirts to every corner of the earth to deliver the good work that you're all capable of, because I think you're just such a potent capability that hasn't been tapped into properly so far, and we have this opportunity. And I'd say that we're oversubscribed. We are well oversubscribed at the moment. We're having to look to see if we can put on more inductions to fill the backlog, because at the moment, if you tried to join TR, you'd be waiting till at least July before you could get an induction. Whereas we used to be scrabbling around trying to get people in, and that progression alone makes me feel incredibly proud. When I spend time with you all and hang out with you all, and just to see the caliber of all of you, and just to think that people as capable and as great as you want to be a part of something that we're building is just amazing, and the absolute privilege of my lifetime. So thank you for just your continued awesomeness, and just stepping into the arena in so many different ways, whether it's Poppy Day in Yorkshire, down the range in Grand Bahama. Just thank you for continually stepping forward, because it's absolutely hoofing. And some slight look forwards, we are at another stage now where we're having a look at the training pipeline, and is it time for a tweak of how we deliver training, and how we deliver the pipeline from induction through to international ops, through to OLC, and so we just had a big meeting with the team, 2 hour long today, to look at recutting that. And actually, it's probably time that induction became a little bit more of initial selection, to really get a good look at people there. What does the international course give you, and what does leadership give you? So we're going to finish that off, and then the team will brief you on what that will look like. It won't happen until next year, so no immediate changes, but we are very much looking at the moment. The DRC, the outlet in Congo, has had to be put on hold for a while. I know there's a few people asking questions at the moment, but it's just too unstable at the moment. So the Virunga can't secure the area for us to operate at the moment. So we're still talking to them on the regular, but at the moment, that op goes on hold. But there is a couple of opportunities coming up inside HQ. We've always run a very thorough and successful intern program. One I'm particularly proud of, Sam, who just unreal, came through the intern program. Nicola, who is just unreal, came through the intern program. And we've had a lot of great interns that have come in and gone out and to work in DFID and other organisations. But this next requirement, I'm going to see if we can open up to the grey shirt base first, to see if any of you have the time and ability to come and work as an intern here, with obviously the hope being that these can turn to full-time roles, as with every internship. There's going to be initially one in comms and one in fundraising, which is where we need some backup. So I'm going to get Zoe to send an expression of interest out to you all. But I want you to hear it from me first here. That's what it would be. It would be in Chilmartin. It can work around you, but you'd have to spend a fair amount of time here. So it probably does make it harder for the people living in the north. Although if you're on an internship and you have the ability to families and stuff, you can stay in HQ for free. So I'll get Zoe to send some stuff out on that. It would be a great way for you to come and spend a lot more time in TR, helping drive the mission forward, getting a deep look under the bonnet here as well, and seeing how it ticks on the inside of the on the HQ building. And then the last thing is an old, he's not a colleague of mine, but a connection of mine called Charles Toomey. He's one of the owners of UK Challenge. UK Challenge is a bit like the Krypton Factor crossed with the Crystal Maze, but in the mountains. So it's like orienteering over a mountain, onto a bike, solving riddles and clues to get to checkpoints and to jump in a canoe and go and do something else. It's mega. I did it when I was at Help for Heroes because we were the lead sponsor or the charity sponsor. And it was an awesome weekend away. It cost a fair few quid to go. In fact, he's just dropped me a line to say he'd paid for a team to do the one they're doing in the Algarve this month. A team of 4. It's a much smaller event than the one they do in the UK, but it's still great. And it's $4,000 for a team of 4, and he's offered it to me for the organisation. So I'm also going to get Zoe to send out a thing to see if 4 of you want to go to the Algarve the 21st of November for that weekend, 21st to 24th, to compete in the Algarve Challenge. It'd be a great team building thing. It's a great way of offering you something back for all the commitment and work you put in for us. I know it's short notice. He only gave it to me today, so I'm putting it straight out to you. But it would be a nice go and grab a bit of winter sunshine, do something competitive, and stretch the old cerebral cortex. So Zoe will send something out on that as well. So that's it from what's going on around the bazaars at the moment, and more to follow next week. Speak later. Try. Bye.